the benefits of the living trust. Okay, now living trust could have some advantages for you over other ways to manage your estate. Okay, so here are some of the benefits. First benefit, saves time and money in the probate process. Now, like I said a little while ago, wills have to go through probate, meaning the court has to mull over these documents. They have to make sure that everything gets done in the correct way. They have to examine what was left behind within the will, right? And even then, right, people can come and challenge the will. But you cannot challenge the trust. The trust is set in stone. The trust is what it is and does not have to go through probate court. Right, a living trust names a trustee who can immediately take care of your end-of-life affairs, like paying for funeral costs and distributing property to heirs, without having to wait on the probate judge. Less waiting time means less probate costs and more savings, and it means more of your money that can be left behind for those that you intended to have your money or your assets anyway. Right? So this is very, very attractive that it can save time and money. Then it offers more protection if challenged. So a living trust is less likely to be challenged in court than a simple will. It's harder for the challengers because they would have to prove you were coerced into signing the documents and forced to go through the whole process of funding the trust, which is very, very hard to prove in the first place, whether or not somebody is in the right state of mind or not. Right? But a lot of people are making trusts when they're in a perfectly good state of mind, right? They have already made their decisions, and it's very, very hard to challenge that person is not in good mental standing or wasn't in good mental standing when they made the decisions that they made. A lot of people have trusts and they have them for long, long periods of time. So it's very, very hard to challenge. And then not only is it hard to challenge, it doesn't have to go through probate court anyway. So the assets just go immediately to the heirs and things can be done in a fairly straightforward manner. Okay. Then the third part of a living trust that is very, very beneficial is that it protects your privacy better, because a will is a public document, right? Anybody can go and look up the fact that you have a will, right? Anybody can get a copy of it after your death from the county records. But a living trust is totally private. With a trust, no one can know the details without the trustee sharing the information. That's why it's very, very important to pick a trustee that you trust, right? That's why they are a trustee, because you trust them. You trust them to be able to carry out what you have set out in your trust. You want them to do the things in the way that you have said for them to do, and you believe that they will do that and interpret what you have said in a proper manner. Right? And you also want them to be trustworthy so they don't go and spill the beans to everybody exactly who, got what and why and how much and all these different types of things. Right? If the trustee shares that information, that's on them. That's not completely illegal or anything, right? But without that trustee divulging the information, then nobody would ever know. Right? Nobody would ever know exactly what went to who, or without the people talking. And people talk, so people tend to figure out. But at the same time, there is privacy, and there are just tricky situations in the world. That's part of the estate planning process that is very, very evident, is that everybody's situation is different, and things are not as cut and dry. Things are very dynamic. And some people have situations where they don't want people to know what they've done with their money, and they don't want people to know exactly what's going on with the money that they've left behind. They want it to be a secret, and a trust can allow you to do that.